Welcome to another episode of The Adrienne Ross Show, where sports and culture connect. Since free agency started, there's been lots of talk about the pieces the Indiana Fever picked up and put together. And a lot of people have noted, they done got themselves some enforcers. You won't be knocking Caitlin Clark around this coming season. But now the Fever outdid itself. They picked up a black belt. Yeah, not a player, a coach, a black belt in Briann January. I'm joking, of course. I'm sure they didn't pick up this assistant coach as an enforcer, but some of y'all might want to think about that. A black belt on the sidelines and an enforcer on the court. Enforcers, let me say. Like I said, kind of joking, but I wouldn't chance it if I were y'all. Let yourself be warned. Seriously, though, Briann January won a title with the Indiana Fever, along with Tamika Catchings. She coached with Stephanie White in Connecticut, and now, along with some other folks from Connecticut who's a part of the coaching staff, she is here in Indiana, or she will be here soon. And of course, she was an intense competitor. That's good news. I look at what she's done and I go, get her a uniform, because sounds like she might be able to get back out there and get it done. Either way, having her with Stephanie White after what she has done on the court as a player and in a Fever jersey is phenomenal. And then wanting to come with Stephanie White to Indiana says a lot. The other coaches who came to Indiana from Connecticut says a lot. It wasn't like, oh, we are so glad we are done with her. No, it is. We obviously appreciate what we see in her. We believe in her. We believe in this team. Let's go. So let's go over to the article the Indiana Fever put out regarding the pickup of Briann January. Folks sure do like to come back to Indiana. Another good sign. So it says Briann January returns to Indiana Fever as assistant coach. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right. So the Indiana Fever announced today, that was 2 days ago, that Briann January has been named an assistant coach, joining Stephanie White's staff ahead of the 2025 WNBA season. Then it goes on to tell us a little bit about her. Check this out. She is a 7-time WNBA All-Defensive Team honoree. She returns to a Fever franchise where she helped lead the team to the 2012 WNBA championship and currently ranks number 2 all-time in games played and assists. This is what Stephanie White had to say about it. I'm thrilled to welcome Briann January back to Indiana. She is a part of the fabric of the Indiana Fever franchise from her impact as a player and will continue to be as a coach. Bree's example of toughness, resilience, work ethic, communication style, and basketball IQ will be a great resource for our player, staff, and community. She is a winner, a bright young coaching mind, and an amazing human being. I am very excited to continue our coaching journey together. So what does Ms. January say? She says, I'm so excited for the opportunity to come back to the city and the organization that drafted me. This is a place where I got to play and win for a decade of my career. It's my second home. I'm ready to get to work and hopefully bring another championship to Indiana with this incredible team and staff. And you guys know, I've said it before, when they start saying championship, not afraid to say this is the goal. Why are you going to Indiana? Because I wanted to win and I wanted to win now. Hey, do you think you're going to championship now? Absolutely. We have the pieces in place to do it now. Of course, we've got to put it together on the court, but yeah, I believe we can win. And here she is back saying, I've won one as a player. Let's do it as a coach. And I'm glad for the city and for this incredible team and staff. Okay. So, excuse me. So it tells us that she went to Arizona State University. She was number 6. She was selected by the Fever number 6 overall in 2009. She played 9 of her 14 seasons with Indiana, and to this day, she remains top 5 in many of the franchise's all-time records, sitting number 2 overall in games played, as I said, and assists, number 3 in steals and free throw percentage, number 4 in total points, field goals made, 3-pointers made, and 3-point percentage. Oh My goodness. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see me as I say this. Oh my goodness. I know she's not out there playing anymore, but the mind that she has to have been able to do what she does on both what she did. I'm saying does suit her up, but on both sides of the floor, obviously talking about assists, talking about the resilience of being able to play all those games that she's played, leading in games played and assists, and as well as defense. So you're going to have this person on this team where defense has to be better this year, and you've got somebody who's defensive minded, where Caitlin Clark passes the mess out of the ball, and here's somebody else who obviously could pass the ball. Having that together, exciting. I say that like it's exciting. No, it's really exciting for this team to have someone who's done it on both sides of the floor on this team. Okay, I'll back up now. It says following her time in Indiana, she did play Mercury, Connecticut Sun, and then finished her career with the Seattle Storm. She led the WNBA in percentage beyond the arc in both the 2015 and 2018 seasons, shooting 43.1% and 47.0% respectively. Okay, so she knows about assists, she knows about defense, she knows about shooting the three. Sounds like an amazing fit. And following her decorated playing career, she joined the coaching staff at Arizona State University as an assistant. And then she later joined Stephanie White at the Connecticut Sun for the 2023 and 2024 campaigns. And most recently, January served as an assistant coach with the Motor City Crews of the NBA G League for the 24-25 season. And of course, now she's joining White's support staff, and we know who those are. So this is exciting news. Welcome back, Miss January. And here she is after winning the championship with the Indiana Fever, hoisting that trophy. And here she is as a player. You can see the passion she has. I got a feeling she still has it. And here she is with Stephanie White. And it highlights for us WNBA champion in 2012, WNBA All-Star 2014, 7-time WNBA All-Defensive Team. We're not going to look at all 222 of this, but we'll look at a little bit of her playing ball.
The return of Briann January to the Indiana Fever is the return of one of the greatest players to ever lace them up in franchise history. Known for her cerebral style of play, lockdown defense, and expert passing as a player, January now.
Y'all see that pass? Did you guys see that Caitlin Clark pass? I showed that to you again. I love passing. I loved to play defense as a player. I shouldn't even put a past tense on there. I love defense. And yeah, I want to shoot the ball, but I'd much rather pass to people who can finish. It's annoying when you got a great pass, pinpoint pass, and people don't finish, don't catch them. That's frustrating. But man, when you can pass the ball and somebody can finish, I'll take that assist any day. Let's go back and look at that pass because it's beautiful. I might have gone back a little bit too far. That's okay. We'll catch up.
Play, lockdown defense, and expert passing as a player, January now provides all of those attributes and knowledge as a coach.
And over here in this picture, obviously she was with the Connecticut Sun, but it'll soon be her next to Stephanie White and the rest of the coaching staff with the Indiana Fever. I'm really looking forward to the season starting. We are 10 days away right here on Friday, April 4th from the WNBA draft, which is going to be interesting with some players choosing not to enter the draft, but it is coming really fast. And then, of course, the season tips off in May. And yep, the Indiana Fever, that's my team. And so I am looking forward to seeing how this thing comes together. Yesterday, I put out the video of Aaliyah Boston back in the gym, and soon they'll all be back in the gym. And I'm excited. I'm excited because there are going to be some pieces that are going to be instrumental, not only because of the on court, but because of the veteranship. Because we just added, like suit me up, right? We just added another championship mind. There are already championships on this team, which they didn't have before this free agency, but we've got champions on this team. We've got all-stars on this team, and we've got a great coaching staff. We've got a player development coach. We've gotten to see him more than anyone else. We're seeing what he's doing, but now we've got someone who won a championship with the Indiana Fever who is back as a coach. And there's something to be said for knowing one another. And Stephanie White brought some people around her she knows. Now, I know that there are some people who have some concerns because they're like, man, this doesn't even look like the team it used to be. And yeah, lots of shakeups. But at the same time, she, meaning Stephanie White, wants to have people she trusts. She didn't bring them in because she did not trust them. She brought them in because she believes that they have what the team needs to get the job done. And that job that they want to get done, obviously, is to bring another championship to Indiana. On paper, it looks good. We all know the game is not played on paper, so it's all got to come together. I tell you what, I'm hopeful that this is going to be a good season. I'm not going to be, oh my goodness, if they have some bumps and bruises. I expect that, but I also expect that because of the pieces they have, both in the coaching staff and on the court, they'll be able to iron those things out. And I'm looking forward to some wins, but I also am looking forward to an exciting style of basketball. But you better believe it, this team is committed to defense. You see about Briann January, her defense. You know about Stephanie White in defense. But don't worry. Some people are like, oh, defense, and that means we're not going to be getting after it offensively. No, it's the defense that's going to make things easier on the offensive end. So let's go on both sides of the floor. All right, what do you think about this pickup? I'll catch you next time, God willing. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. God bless you abundantly. Welcome, Briann January.